All right, welcome back, everyone. First part of my video series picking games for the divisional round of the 2019-2020 NFL playoffs pool. Last week went 2-2 with the picks. First matchup of the weekend will be the Jimmy G Bowl between Bobby's team, the 6th seed Minnesota Vikings, fresh off their win against the Saints, and Leo's team, the 1 seed San Francisco's 49ers. It's called the Jimmy G Bowl because Leo would probably suck Jimmy G off if he had the chance. Bobby's coming off the Hot Guy Bowl, and Jimmy G is a hot guy. I don't fucking know, rough start. Anyway, this game will be taking place on Saturday afternoon at 4:35 p.m. on NBC. Spread as of 11:30 a.m. on Saturday, January 11th, is currently set at the 49ers, favored by 7 on both the sites that I've been using. Before I get to the preview and the pick, I just want to thank today's sponsor, a returning sponsor from last week, Dutchmaster, the #1 seller of cigars in the New York tri-state area. I plan on enjoying this weekend's games with some of Ralphie's finest, twisted in a nice Dutchmaster, and I hope you can do the same. That's all I got to say about that. All right, now for the preview and the pick. Vikings coming into the game, like I said a little bit earlier, after a great win as 7.5-point underdogs against the Saints. Captain Kirk got his first career playoff win in dramatic fashion in the Superdome, and he definitely liked that. The 49ers coming to the game fresh off a great win against the Seahawks in Week 17 to secure the 1 seed. As mentioned last week, the Vikings were 10-6 on the year, 7th ranked DVOA team, 10th on offense, 7th on defense. 49ers were 13-3 on the year, won the NFC West. They come in as the 5th ranked DVOA team. They were 7th on offense, 2nd on defense, and that's an accomplishment considering they played in the best division in football. They had expected wins on the year of 12, so they finished 1 game ahead of what they should have, which is not too bad. Minnesota, after last weekend, now 5-4 on the road for the season. 49ers went 6-2 at home on the year. Vikings, like I said last week, one all-pro player and linebacker Eric Kendricks, while the 49ers have 3 in tight end George Kittle, cornerback and mouthy motherfucker Richard Sherman, and interior defensive lineman DeForest Buckner. There's no question the Vikings are coming to this game. They're feeling pretty good about themselves. Kirk Cousins finally won a big game in overtime. He made that great throw to Adam Thielen to set up the overtime touchdown. Dalvin Cook had a great game, and Danielle Hunter was a force on the defensive line. He had 1.5 sacks. 49ers had a great season. On the other hand, Kyle Shanahan's offense was awesome, especially the run game, which was dominant all year. Once they made the trade for Emmanuel Sanders, the rest of the receivers, including Deebo Samuel, really took off, and they probably have arguably the best tight end in the league in George Kittle. This is a tough one for me to pick. I wouldn't be shocked if the winner of this game ended up moving on to the Super Bowl, no matter who wins the other game in the NFC. There were definitely some points this year where I thought the 49ers were a little soft. I don't really trust Jimmy G yet. This is his first playoff game. I don't really trust Kirk Cousins either, even though he did win last week. Doesn't have a really good history of playing well in big games. This one, weather's looking like it's going to be partly cloudy in the mid-50s throughout the game with wind in the mid-teens. Read a couple stats that were showing that anytime the wind is over 10 miles an hour, since 2003, unders have hit 56% of the time, so that could have affected the kicking game, maybe the passing game. So look for the running game to really be going off there. I would say bet the under. As for this game, I don't know who wins it. I really don't. I can't make a pick there. So typically when that happens, I would like to take the underdog and the points. So in this game, I am taking the Vikings to cover the 7 points. That's all I got for you right now. I'll see you when I preview the Ravens and the Titans.